The military history of the Philippines is characterized by a period of struggle against colonial powers such as Spain and the United States, occupation by the Empire of Japan during World War II, and participation in Asian conflicts post-World War II such as the Korean War and the Vietnam War. The Philippines has also battled a communist insurgency and a secessionist movement by Muslims in the southern portion of the country. Pre-colonial period. Versailles raids. Antecedent to this raids, sometime between A.D. 1174 and 1190, a traveling Chinese government bureaucrat Chao Jukayue reported that a certain group of ferocious raiders of China's Fujian coast, which he called the Pai Shouyi, believed to have lived on the southern part of Formosa. In A.D. 1273, another work written by Ma Tuan-lin, which came to the knowledge of non-Chinese readers through a translation made by the Marquis of Ada St. Denis, gave reference to the Pai Shouyi raiders, thought to have originated from the southern portion of Formosa. However, the author observed that these raiders spoke a different language and had an entirely different appearance. The former Sultan of Malacca decided to retake his city from the Portuguese with a fleet of ships from Lasung in 1525 AD. Burmese Siamese Wars. Lucas aided the Burmese king in his invasion of Siam in 1547 AD. At the same time, Lasung warriors fought alongside the Siamese king and faced the same elephant army of the Burmese king in the defense of the Siamese capital at Ayutthaya. Battle of Mactan. The Battle of Mactan on April 27, 1521, is celebrated as the earliest reported resistance of the natives in the Philippines against foreign invaders. Lapu-Lapu, a chieftain of Mactan Island, defeated Christian European explorers led by the Portuguese navigator Ferdinand Magellan. On March 16, 1521, the island of Samar was sighted. The following morning, March 17, Magellan landed on the island of Homenhon. He parleyed with Raja Kalambu of Limazawa, who guided him to Cebu Island on April 7. With the aid of Magellan's Malay interpreter, Enrique, Raja Humabon of Cebu and his subjects converted to Christianity and became allies. Suitably impressed by Spanish firearms and artillery, Raja Humabon suggested that Magellan project power to cow Lapu-Lapu, who was being belligerent against his authority. Magellan deployed 49 armored men, less than half his crew, with crossbows and guns, but could not anchor near land because the island is surrounded by shallow coral bottoms and thus unsuitable for the Spanish galleons to get close to shore. His crew had to wade through the surf to make a landing, and the ship was too far to support them with artillery. Antonio Pigafetta, a supernumerary on the voyage who later returned to Seville, Spain, records that Lapu-Lapu had at least 1,500 warriors in the battle. During the battle, Magellan was wounded in the leg, while still in the surf. As the crew were fleeing to the boats, Pigafetta recorded that Magellan covered the retreat, turning at them on several occasions to make sure they were getting away, and was finally surrounded by a multitude of warriors and killed. The total toll was of 8 crewmen killed on Magellan's side against an unknown number of casualties from the Mactan natives. Spanish colonial period. Major revolts. Dagami Revolt, Manila Revolt, Conspiracy of the Mahalakas, Dingra Revolt, Cagayan Revolt, Magalit Revolt, Igorat Revolt, Arayaragadang Revolt, Sumuroy Revolt, Palaris Revolt, Cavite Mutiny, Moro Campaign. Battle of Cebu, Spanish-Moro Incident, Jolo Holy War, Cotabato Revolt, Spanish-Moro Incident, Basilan Revolt, Kudarate Revolt, Battle of Jolo, Sulu Revolt, Danao Lamatan Revolt, Battle of Punta Flechas, Sultan Bungsu Revolt, Mindanao Revolt, Danao Revolt, Sultan Salabansa Revolt, Karalat Revolt, Spanish-Moro Incident, Limahong Campaign, Cambodia Expedition, 80 Years' War, Battle of Cavite, Moluccas Expedition, Siege of Manila, Battle of Playa Honda, Formosa Expedition, Battles of La Naval de Manila, Battle of Puerto de Cavite, Battle of Abuque, Chinese insurrections, First Chinese insurrection, Second Chinese insurrection, 7 Years' War, Battle of Manila, Silang Revolt, Diego Silang, Gabriela Silang, Cochin China Campaign, Siege of Tanang, Siege of Saigon, Siege of Touraine, Capture of Bien Hoa, Philippine Revolution and Declaration of Independence. Philippine Revolution. The Philippine Revolution began in August 1896, upon the discovery of the anti-colonial secret organization Katipunan by the Spanish authorities. The Katipunan, led by Andrés Bonifacio, was a secessionist movement and shadow government spread throughout much of the islands, whose goal was independence from Spain through armed revolt. In a mass gathering in Caloocan, the Katipunan leaders organized themselves into a revolutionary government and openly declared a nationwide armed revolution. Bonifacio called for a simultaneous coordinated attack on the capital Manila. This attack failed, but the surrounding provinces also rose up in revolt. In particular, rebels in Cavite led by Emilio Aguinaldo won early victories. A power struggle among the revolutionaries led to Bonifacio's execution in 1897, with command shifting to Aguinaldo, who led his own revolutionary government. That year, a truce was officially reached with the Pact of Bato, and Aguinaldo was exiled to Hong Kong, though hostilities between rebels and the Spanish government never actually ceased. Battle of Alapan, Battle of Binacayan, Battle of Dalahican, Battle of Julian Bridge, Battle of San Juan del Norte, Cry of Pagudloan, Negroes' Revolution, Spanish-American War. The first battle in the Philippine theater was in Manila Bay, where, on May 1, 1898, Commodore George Dewey, commanding the United States Asiatic Squadron aboard the Olympia, in a matter of hours, defeated the Spanish squadron, under Admiral Patricio Montojo y Pasaran. Dewey's force sustaining only a single casualty, a heart attack aboard one of his vessels. After the battle, Dewey blockaded Manila and provided transport for Emilio Aguinaldo to return to the Philippines from exile in Hong Kong. Aguinaldo arrived on May 19 and, after assuming command of Filipino forces on May 24, initiated land campaigns against the Spanish. After the Battle of Manila on the morning of August 13, 1898, the Spanish governor, Fermin Jordines, surrendered Manila to U.S. forces under Dewey. On June 12, 1898, with the country still under Spanish sovereignty, Aguinaldo proclaimed Philippine independence from Spain, under a dictatorial government then being established. The act of the Declaration of Independence was prepared and written in Spanish by Ambrosio Rianz Bautista, who read it at the proclamation ceremony. The declaration was signed by 98 persons, among them an American Army officer who witnessed the proclamation. The insurgent dictatorial government was replaced on June 23 by an insurgent revolutionary government headed by Aguinaldo as president. The government included a Department of War and Public Works, under which was placed the Army of Liberation of the Philippines, a volunteer army to be organized as soon as possible. The Spanish-American War was formally concluded on December 10, 1898 by the Treaty of Paris between the United States and Spain. In the treaty, Spain ceded the Philippine archipelago to the United States, and the United States agreed to pay $20 million to the Spanish government. The United States then exercised sovereignty over the Philippines. The insurgent First Philippine Republic was formally established with the proclamation of the Malolos Constitution on January 23, 1899. American colonial period and Japanese occupation. Philippine-American War. The Philippine-American War was a conflict between the United States of America and the First Philippine Republic from 1899 through at least 1902, when the Filipino leadership generally accepted American rule. A Philippine constabulary organized in 1901 to deal with the remnants of the insurgent movement and gradually assumed the responsibilities of the United States Army. Skirmishes between government troops and armed groups lasted until 1913, and some historians consider these unofficial extensions part of the war. Battle of Balantang, Siege of Catabig, Battle of Tirade Pass, Battle of Pulang Lupa, Battle of Pay, Battle of Makahimbas Hill, Battle of Mabati, Battle of Lonoy, Battle of Pagsunjan, Battle of Saranaya, Battle of the Malalag River, Battle of Quingwa, Battle of Balangigao. World War I. In 1917, the Philippine Assembly created the Philippine National Guard with the intent to join the American Expeditionary Force. By the time it was absorbed into the National Army, it had grown to 25,000 soldiers. However, these units did not see action. The first Filipino to die in World War I was Private Tomas Mateo Claudio, who served with the U.S. Army as part of the American Expeditionary Forces to Europe. He died in the Battle of Château Thierry in France on June 29, 1918. The Tomas Claudio Memorial College in Morong, Rizal, Philippines, which was founded in 1950, was named in his honor. World War II. The first Filipino military casualty during the Second World War was serving as an aviator with British forces. First Officer Isidro Juan Paredes of the Air Transport Auxiliary was killed on November 7, 1941, when his aircraft overshot a runway and crashed at RAF Burtonwood. He was buried at Great Sankey Churchyard Extension, but later repatriated to the Philippines. Paredes Air Station in Ilocos Norte was named in his honor. Battle of Agusan, Battle of Balantang, Battle of Balid Pass, Battle of Batan, Battle of Batan, Battle of Batangas, Battle of Batangas, Battle of Basang Pass, Battle of Bicol Peninsula, Battle of Bohol, Battle of Bohol, Battle of Bukidnon, Battle of Cebu, Battle of Cebu, Battle of Corregidor, Battle of Corregidor, Battle of Cotabato, Battle of Dalton Pass, Battle of Davao, Battle of Guiliguila, Battle of Ising, Battle of Jara, Battle of Kirang Pass, Battle of Lanao, Battle of Leyte, Battle of Leyte Gulf, Battle of Samar, Battle of Samar, Battle of Samar, Battle of Luzon, Battle of Manila, Battle of Maguindanao, Battle of Marinduque, Battle of Maroya Ridge, Battle of Mindanao, Battle of Mindanao, Battle of Mindoro, Battle of Misamis, Battle of Negros, Battle of Panay, Battle of Romblon, Battle of Ormoc Bay, Battle of Samara, Battle of Surigao, Battle of Tayoug, Battle of the Visayas, Battle of Zamboanga Bicol Campaign, Central Luzon Campaign, Invasion of Lingayen Gulf, Invasion of Palawan, Northern Luzon Campaign, Philippines Campaign, Philippines Campaign, Raid at Los Baños, Raid at Cabanagan, Raid at Capiz, San Ildefonso Massacre, Southern Luzon Campaign. World War II veterans are members of the following: U.S. Army Forces Far East, United States Army Forces in the Philippines, Northern Luzon, Philippine Scouts, Philippine Constabulary, Philippine Commonwealth Army, also known as the Commonwealth Army of the Philippines. Recognized guerrilla units. Related articles. Second Philippine Republic. Japanese War Crimes. Bataan Death March. Comfort Women. Hukbalahap. Korean War. The Philippines joined the Korean War in August 1950. The Philippines sent an expeditionary force of around 7,500 combat troops. This was known as the Philippine Expeditionary Forces to Korea, or PEFDOK. It was the fourth largest force under the United Nations command, then under the command of U.S. General Douglas MacArthur, that were sent to defend South Korea from a communist invasion by North Korea, which was then supported by Mao Zedong's China and the Soviet Union. The PEFDOK took part in decisive battles such as the Battle of Yaltong Bridge and the Battle of Hill Erie. This expeditionary force operated with the United States 1st Cavalry Division, 3rd Infantry Division, 25th Infantry Division, and 45th Infantry Division. Operation Tomahawk. Battle of the Imjin River. Battle of Yaltong Bridge. Battle of Heartbreak Ridge. Battle of Hill Erie. Vietnam War. The Philippines was involved in the Vietnam War, supporting civil and medical operations. Initial deployment in 1964 amounted to 28 military personnel, including nurses, and 6 civilians. The number of Filipino troops who served in Vietnam swelled to 182 officers and 1,882 enlisted personnel during the period 1966 to 1968. This force was known as the Philippine Civic Action Group Vietnam, or PHILCAGV. Filipino troops withdrew from Vietnam on December 12, 1969. Edsa Revolution. On February 22, 1986, a former Defense Minister Juan Ponce Enrile, Armed Forces of the Philippines Chief of Staff Fidel V. Ramos withdrew the support for President Ferdinand Marcos and led the Edsa Revolution by Corazon Aquino. On February 25, 1986, Corazon Aquino was sworn in as the 11th President of the Philippines. Marcos and his family were ousted from power by a combination of the military, people and church members to end the 20-year dictatorship of Marcos. Persian Gulf War. The Philippines sent 200 medical personnel to assist coalition forces in the liberation of Kuwait from the stranglehold of Iraq, then led by Saddam Hussein. Iraq War. The Philippines sent 60 medics, engineers and other troops to assist in the invasion of Iraq. The troops were withdrawn on the 14th of July 2004 in response to the kidnapping of Angelo Dela Cruz, a Filipino truck driver. When insurgent demands were met, the hostage was released. While in Iraq, the troops were under Polish command. During that time, several Filipino soldiers were wounded in an insurgent attack, although none died. Communist insurgent groups in the Philippines. Early 1950s to present. Hukbalahap. New People's Army. National Democratic Front. Islamic insurgency in the Philippines. Late 1960s to present. Moro National Liberation Front. Moro Islamic Liberation Front. Abu Sayyaf conflict. The Burnham hostage crisis. The Maundy Thursday Rescue. Raja Suleiman Movement. International peace support and humanitarian relief operations. UN Command in Korea 1950-55. Philippine Expeditionary Force to Korea 10th Battalion Combat Team 20th BCT 19th BCT 14th BCT 2nd BCT. UN Operation in the Congo 1963. Philippine Air Force Contingent featuring the Limbas Squadron. ONUC Fighter Wing Commander Lieutenant Colonel Jose L. Rancudo, leading pilots and aircrew from Iran, the Philippines, and Sweden. Philippine Medical Mercy Mission to Indonesia 1963. More Flags, Free World Assistance Program in Vietnam, 1964–71 Philippine Contingent, Vietnam, Philippine Civic Action Group, Republic of Vietnam. Philippine Civic Action Group, Republic of Vietnam, Philippine Contingent, Vietnam, UN Guards Contingent in Iraq, 1991–92 First Philippine UN Guards Contingent in Iraq, Second PUNGCI, Third PUNGCI, Fourth PUNGCI, Fifth PUNGCI, Sixth PUNGCI, Seventh PUNGCI, Eighth PUNGCI, Ninth PUNGCI, Tenth PUNGCI, UN Transitional Authority in Cambodia, 1992–93 First Republic of the Philippines Contingent to UNTAC, Second RPUNTAC, UNTAC Military Experts on Mission. International Force East Timor, 1999 Philippine Humanitarian Support for East Timor, UN Transitional Administration in East Timor, 1999–2002 Philippine Battalion, UNTAET Force Headquarters Support Unit, Philippine Contingent to East Timor, UNTAET Peacekeeping Force Staff, UNTAET Military Experts on Mission, UNTAET Peacekeeping Force Supreme Commander Jaime S. de Los Santos, leading 8,500 personnel from 19 troop-contributing countries. Henry Dunant Center for Humanitarian Dialogue ACEH Monitoring Movement 2002-03 AFP Contingent to the HAM International Monitoring Team, UN Mission of Support in East Timor 2002-05 UNMISET Force Headquarters Support Unit, Philippine Contingent to East Timor, UNMISET Peacekeeping Force Staff, UNMISET Military Experts on Mission. Philippine Humanitarian Contingent to Iraq, 2003-04, UN Mission in Liberia, 2003–2014 First Philippine Contingent to Liberia, 2nd PCL, 3rd PCL, 4th PCL, 5th PCL, 6th PCL, 7th PCL, 8th PCL, 9th PCL, 10th PCL, 11th PCL, 12th PCL, 13th PCL, 14th PCL, 15th PCL, 16th PCL, 17th PCL, 18th PCL, UNMIL Peacekeeping Force Staff, Military Staff Officers, UNMIL Military Experts on Mission, UN Mission in Côte d'Ivoire, 2004 MANUCI Military Experts on Mission, UN Operation in Côte d'Ivoire, 2004-2015 ONUCI Peacekeeping Force Staff, Military Staff Officers, ONUCI Military Experts on Mission, UN Mission in Burundi, 2004-06 ONUB Military Experts on Mission, UN Stabilization Mission in Haiti, 2004 Present First Philippine Contingent to Haiti, 2nd PCH, 3rd PCH, 4th PCH, 5th PCH, 6th PCH, 7th PCH, 8th PCH, 9th PCH, 10th PCH, 11th PCH, 12th PCH, 13th PCH, 14th PCH, 15th PCH, 16th PCH, 17th PCH, MANUSDAH Peacekeeping Force Staff, Military Staff Officers, UN Office in Timor-Leste, 2005-06 UNOTIL Military Experts on Mission, European Union ACEH Monitoring Mission, 2005-06 AMM Peace Monitors, UN Mission in the Sudan, 2005-11 UNMISS Military Experts on Mission, UN Integrated Mission in Timor-Leste, 2006-12 UNMIP Military Experts on Mission. Philippine Humanitarian Mission and Aid for Myanmar, 2008. UN Military Observer Group in India and Pakistan, 2009. Present UN MOGIP military experts on mission. UN Disengagement Force in the Golan Heights, 2009-14. Philippine Battalion, 1st Philippine Contingent to the Golan Heights. Philippine Battalion, 2nd PCGH. Philippine Battalion, 3rd PCGH. Philippine Battalion, 4th PCGH. Philippine Battalion, 5th PCGH. Philippine Battalion, 6th PCGH. Philippine Battalion, 7th PCGH. UNDOF Peacekeeping Force Staff, Military Staff Officers. UNDOF Commander and Head of Mission Major General Natalio Sia Kama III, leading 800 personnel from 10 troop contributing countries. UN Mission in South Sudan, 2011-12. UNMISS Military Experts on Mission. UN Interim Security Force for Abaya, 2011-12. UNISFA Military Experts on Mission. UN Supervision Mission in Syria, 2012. UNSMIS Military Experts on Mission. List of coups d'état. People Power Revolution, 1986. 1987. Philippine coup attempts. 1989 Philippine coup attempt. Edsa Revolution of 2001. Attempted coups against Gloria Macapagal Arroyo. Edsa 3. Oakwood Mutiny. The Oakwood Mutiny refers to a short-lived event which occurred on the 27th of July 2003 when members of the Philippine Marine Corps and Army took hold of the Glorieta Mall and the Oakwood Premier Condominium in Makati City. See Oakwood Mutiny 2006. State of Emergency in the Philippines. Manila Peninsula Mutiny. List of treaties. Treaty of Paris. Treaty of Paris. The National Defense Act of 1935. In 1935 the National Defense Act of 1935 was enacted. President-elect Manuel L. Quezon convinced Chief of Staff of the United States Army General Douglas MacArthur to act as the military advisor to the Commonwealth of the Philippines. MacArthur was given the title Military Advisor to the Commonwealth Government and tasked with establishing a system of national defense for the Philippines by 1946. For a time, MacArthur would also act as the Field Marshal of the Philippine Army. Southeast Asia Treaty Organization, Mutual Defense Treaty between the Republic of the Philippines and the United States of America. RP-US Visiting Forces Agreement. BALIKATAN Shoulder-to-Shoulder Joint U.S.-Philippines Military Exercises. Framework Agreement on the Bangsamoro, Enhanced Defense Cooperation Agreement. List of awards. Philippine Legion of Honor, Philippine Medal of Valor, Philippine Distinguished Service Cross, Asiatic Pacific Campaign Medal, World War II Victory Medal, Philippine Liberation Medal, Philippine Defense Medal, Philippine Independence Medal, Philippine Presidential Unit Citation. List of wars involving the Philippines. 80 Years' War, 7 Years' War, Cochin-China Campaign, Philippine Revolution, Spanish-American War, Philippine-American War, World War I, World War II Japanese occupation of the Philippines, Philippines Campaign, Philippines Campaign, Cold War, Korean War, Vietnam War, Communist insurgencies, War on Terror, Islamic insurgencies, Operation Iraqi Freedom.